A very good morning to all of you students in English. Today we are going to start first chapter of As with Esther. That is chapter 1 is Attila. Attila was scourge of Europe, who was a ruler there and who was very powerful, very brave and very stubborn ruler there, and who used to be very fearsome. Fearsome that means बहुत खतरनाक था वो. And then this story is written by Indian writer R.K. Narayan. So here Attila is the name which was given to a dog. It was a puppy. So before starting this story, let me explain you detail about the family. In this story there is a family, in which family there is mother, eldest son, youngest son, and finally comes a dog. And these are the qualities of these members. We will read about that. So mother, eldest son and youngest son were the main family members in this story, and then finally comes a dog, and laterly there will be a thief named Ranga. So this is a story having these much character: mother, eldest son, youngest son, dog and a thief. Now let us come to the point. So the family decided to buy a dog because those days in their colony there were many cases of theft. वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा चोरियाँ हुई. So there were many cases of theft in that colony. So they decided to buy a dog, and they went to a dog shop, and in that dog shop they just like a puppy. They liked a puppy and they just bought that. And how this puppy was looking like? See, these are the physical characteristic of the puppy when they bought that. So when they bought the puppy, it had, due to the flashlight student, excuse me, you will be get disturbed, but I am explaining the point you clearly. So when they bought the puppy had square jaw, very broad jaw, red eyes, a pug nose and a massive head. That means jaws were broad, eyes were red and nose was pug means chapti sinha. Yes. And massive head means broad head. The head of that dog was very broad. So and this variety of puppies are also comes in pug variety, and these varieties are very dangerous variety. They become very dangerous when they just grow up. That's why they just decided to buy this dog and they bring it to home. Yeah. So now the family member just started to suggest name for that puppy. The names suggested for that puppy were Tiger, Caesar, Fire, Thunder, Attila. Can you imagine why these names were suggesting to it? Because as you know that names reflect your personality, or you can say personality can be reflected by the names. Your mother and father, that is your family members, give you very good and meaningful name. Why? Because meaningful name will make your personality also of that meaning. So they just wanted to give very powerful name to that dog, so that that dog will become a very powerful and very dangerous for the people coming in the home. So they just suggested these names, and finally they decided name Attila. Why Attila? Again, the reason is here. They knew about the ruler in Europe and who was very powerful those days till the end of his life. So they decided to give this name to the dog. Is it? Now, puppy was very small those days. So puppy was only a couple months old when he was brought home. So student, this point I had written you should remember very much carefully. Why? Because these points will also come in the answer. The questions related to these points will certainly come. That means how puppy was looking like when it walked to home, like this type. So puppy was very small, you know, it was only a couple months old when he walked home. Now, in that home, many people enter, and people entered where mendicants, bill collectors, who collects the bill, postman, tradesmen, that means who provides the materials to home, family friends also, medicants, that means who provides medicines. Yeah, so people family wanted when people enter to the home, the dog must go to that people, that the person, and start to bark or start to set harm to that person. That means the family wanted the dog should prevent any person to enter home directly, but the things were not so. फैमिली चाहती थी कि कुत्ता जो है, उनके पपी जो है, वो लोग जब आए तो उसके ऊपर भौंके, दौड़ कर जाए और उनको रोके. एज माई डॉग इज़ डूइंग आउटसाइड, it is also only a couple of months, it is only 3 months old, you know, but it is working very much. It doesn't allow any people, any person to come in my home. Yeah, so but here things were just opposite. द डॉग डजंट डू लाइक दैट. वो चाहती थी कि कुत्ता उनके पास जाए, भौंके और रोके जब तक कि कोई फैमिली मेम्बर ना आए. बट द थिंग्स वेर वेरी अपोजिट. वाह, सी, this is the quality of dog, this is characteristic of dog written here. Dog exhibited humanity, love for people entering, and received the postman warmly. Mostly whenever any person enters the home, the dog runs to it and started to love it. It started, what does he want? The dog wanted everyone to pat him. Pat him means बच्चों उसको सहलाए, उसको प्यार करे. वो why? Because it was a very small dog, it was a puppy, it was only a few months old, so that's why he needed love. That's why whenever somebody enters the home, it goes to that person and it touches its leg and it wanted them also to pat him. उनका legs को touch करता था, वो चाहता था कि लोग भी उसको प्यार करें. He wanted to go out and wander on street here and there. Another thing, Attila didn't like to stay in the home as a prisoner. वो एक बंदी की तरह घर में नहीं रहना चाहता. Attila wanted to go out. वो बाहर जाना चाहता था. एंड वो क्या करना चाहता था? इंजॉय करना चाहता था गलियों पे घूमना. इज इट? अटीला वांटेड एवरीवन टू पैट हिम. एंड सेकंड थिंग, इफ क्वेश्चन विल come, what was the great desire of Attila? Attila wanted everyone to pat him. He wanted to go out and wander on street here and there. So what was the reason, student? The reason was, if the question will come, what was the reason for this behavior of Attila? Because it was only a couple months old puppy. It was not a mature puppy. Yeah. So what happened then? Then mother started to criticize the dog. Criticize means buraiyan karna, shikayat karna. So mother started to criticize the dog. Why mother was criticizing the dog? Let us know about that also. So mother was criticizing dog because when someone came in at dawn means today, early in the morning when sun was rising, it hasn't राइजन होली, मतलब पूरी तरह से सूरज नहीं होगा, अभी सनराइज हो रहा है, थोड़ा अंधेरा है, थोड़ा उजाला, ठीक है. इट इज़ नोन एज डार्क. सो एंड टुक अवे ऑल गार्डन फ्लावर्स, बट Attila won't do anything about it, although he ate like an elephant. So student, mother has developed a very beautiful garden, but mother wanted, first most thing mother wanted to Attila do, that Attila won't allow any outside person to pluck its flower, but it doesn't happen. Someone comes in the home at dawn and it used to take all the flowers from the garden, but Attila didn't do anything. But Attila used to eat like an elephant. That means this variety of dog used to eat too much food. That's why Attila also eat like an elephant. So this was the reason mother was very annoyed with Attila. So one important thing also I should tell you that I should tell you, when they bought the dog, the shopkeeper told them that when this dog will become 6 months or more older than this, it will be very dangerous. That's why they decided to take this dog. That's why this is also the reason Attila used to eat too much food, just like an elephant. Now, most important thing, the most important incident is to become जो main important incident है वो अब आएगी. So everyone were very much disturbed, and everyone were thinking that whether they had did good, they had taken good decision or wrong. So let us see. The youngest son was defender of dog. So youngest son has given the defending reasons that mother, this dog is only few months older, it's very small dog, that's why it does like this type of the things. So you don't worry mom, when this dog becomes ill and older, that means when this dog will be grown up, it will certainly prevent the outside, prevent the outsiders to come inside. So let us come to the point. One day, when every family member were sleeping at night, a thief named Ranga came, entered in the home. And as you know that Attila didn't used to bark on anyone. So Attila didn't do anything. Ranga entered the home, and Ranga just used to thief all the ornaments and jewelries. Ranga just plucked the lock of the storewell, and it took all the jewelries from their storewell and it took in a bag. And when Ranga was going out, Attila came to his foot also. As you know that mainly Attila comes to the foot of the people. So Attila came to his feet also. And again here Attila decided that Ranga should pat him, Sahlana. So Ranga also thought that this dog will, firstly Ranga thought that this dog will harm me. But when he saw it is not harming me, he just patted him. And then he took the bag and he just went out. And when Attila saw that Ranga is going out and gate is opened, Ranga left the gate open. So Attila also followed it. Attila ने क्या किया? रंगा का पीछा किया. Yes, and Attila just followed Ranga and it just became partner of Ranga. Now Ranga and Attila became very good friends, and they started to give the incidents of theft combinedly. दोनों मिलकर के क्या करने लगे? चोरियां करने लगे. Attila and Ranga now started to do the incidents of theft combinedly. Now the family member thought that dog must have been following that. I'm sorry, it was dog. So dog must have been following the thief, and that's why they have lost the dog. So now Attila didn't want to leave Ranga. After some days, after some time, Ranga was also annoyed with Attila, just like mother. As mother was annoyed with Attila, Ranga was also annoyed with Attila. Why? Because Attila didn't wanted to Ranga to leave for a single moment also. Attila was afraid. What was the Attila's great fear? Attila was afraid that Ranga will leave him and again he will be prisoner at someone's home. But Ranga was a thief. He used to wander here and there. That's why Attila liked to stay with Ranga. So one day they were wandering outside. The eldest son saw them. When the eldest son saw Attila with Ranga, He didn't pay attention to Ranga because the eldest son didn't know Ranga, but he just recognized Attila and it shouted, "Hey you, I got you." The eldest son was saying this to Attila, but the thief thought that the eldest son has recognized me. The thief thought that the eldest son has caught me. When the eldest son told, "Hey you, I just got you, I caught you," then Ranga thought that the person has caught me and it started to rain. And when it started to rain, Attila didn't wanted to leave him. So Attila also started to follow him. And then at the end, eldest son also started to follow them. So this is thief, this is dog, and it is very comic scene. This is thief. Thief started to rain. Attila started to follow him, and then eldest son also started to follow them. But what did the eldest son thought? The eldest son thought that Attila must be following the thief. He didn't know that Attila was now friend of the thief. He thought that Attila must be following the thief, and that's why he is again now chasing the thief. And now he is very much happy with Attila. He was very much happy with this action, which very remarkable action of Attila. At the end, Attila came in front of the path of thief. अगर किसी के रास्ते में कुछ आ जाए तो वो टकरा कर गिर जाएगा. So Attila came in the path of thief, and thief just fall down. And the eldest son came and caught the thief. It caught the thief and just gave it to the police. Yes, so the story of thief has been finished. What happened to thief? Attila came in the path of thief. Yes, and then the thief fall down. Eldest son came, caught the thief and gave it to the police. Now it just brings Attila again to home. And now family members started to praise Attila. They were criticizing Attila. Mother was criticizer of Attila. But now mother had started to praise Attila. And what she told? She told that Attila is a detective. She told that Attila has acted like a detective, and it is a very good dog, and it will certainly protect our home in future also. So thing was very interesting and comic also. Attila again came to that particular home where it didn't wanted to stay, and the family member who just used to criticize them now again started to love him and started to praise him. But things were so opposite, but no one knows about anything. So this is the interesting story of Attila. You read the book carefully, and then I will provide you answers of this chapter. This is chapter number 1 of our book As with Esther. Title of this chapter is Attila. Writer of this chapter is R.K. Narayan. Yes, so that's all for today. Thank you. Take care.